All right, here with reaction on this important news day is the author of the best-selling book called Vengeance, former Speaker of the House, Fox News contributor, Newt Gingrich. You have a Trump-hating, Hillary-loving guy exonerating Hillary before the investigation, and you see what happens with General Flynn and all of Mueller's team of misfit toys, if you will, in this Christmas season with corruption and a lack of ethics. I really believe this is a danger to this country and equal justice under the law. Nobody in the media talks about it, sir.
Well, let me say two things. One, I don't think I fully appreciated until this evening how really important it was for Donald Trump to win. If Hillary Clinton had won, none of this would have surfaced. They just would have kept covering up all the corruption, and they would have just kept taking care of themselves. So the very fact that you have this disruptive figure in the White House, all of us are learning some pretty horrifying things about how sick the system is, how sick the entire process is, in ways I would have thought were impossible. I mean, I have the greatest respect for the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and it is astonishing to me that you could have people at the top who are this corrupt, this profoundly dishonest. The second thing that struck me, listening actually to your opening monologue, if you take what General Flynn is accused of, and then you take virtually anything Hillary's done, I mean, 33,000 deletions of emails without any kind of approval, all the having a totally inappropriate server that was totally outside the State Department rules. I mean, just go down the list. Any one of her things would certainly have at least matched what they're accusing General Flynn of.
How can it be possible you don't finish an investigation and you're writing an exoneration, and this Trump hater, pro-Hillary guy is in the heart of all of this? Something is radically wrong if you believe in equal justice under the law.
You know, my granddaughter Maggie just got me to read a fascinating book about murders in Osage County, Oklahoma in the 1920s. And part of what comes through that book is everybody locally was corrupt. The sheriff was corrupt. The judges were corrupt. I mean, nobody could get any kind of decency. And that actually is the case that J. Edgar Hoover used to begin building the modern FBI, in the sense of an honest, integrity-filled, serious investigative agency. It's a fascinating book. But what struck me was we now have the corruption that book describes at the very center of our national capital. Think about Comey. Comey decides to interview Hillary Clinton not under oath. So even no matter what she said for, I think, 4 hours, none of it counts towards what happened to General Flynn.
The exoneration letter was already written.
Because she's never under oath.
But the exoneration was written.
I mean, they might as well drop.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You have a best-selling book. It's ripped from the headlines, your book, Vengeance, which I'm almost done with. And it's a great book. You're a great writer. And I'm thinking, you can't even make this up when you think this is the United States of America. Our mutual friend Mark Levin calls this a post-constitutional republic. This is now becoming a banana republic if this stays. My question, where do we go from here, knowing what we now know?
Well, what I would say is I haven't given up on America. I don't think Donald Trump's given up on America.
I'm not giving up. I'm saying this is scary.
Most of our viewers haven't. So what we now know is the swamp is sicker, more corrupt, more dishonest than we thought it was. So we just have to dig deeper, throw the rascals out. We have to recognize the election of 2018 is going to be truly historic, because it's going to be between a radical left that is stunningly corrupt and the rest of us. And we have to understand that this is a real fight for whether or not America is going to remain a republic that is ruled by law,
and
or whether it's going to degenerate into being a purely corrupt system of power, where if you're on the right team, you can rip everybody off and be protected, and if you're on the wrong team, you can be innocent and still go to jail. I mean, I think that's how serious and how profound this is right now. It's one of the great historic moments in American history.
It's a chilling one, too. And I will fight to my
It
dying
is.
breath as you will. I'm not giving up, but I am very deeply concerned tonight. Mr. Speaker, thank you.